Starting. Hey, what's going on, folks? CJ here. We are doing our Gifted recap. It has been a long time since we actually did this and such. About 2 weeks. Kind of echoing right now. All right.
What'd you say?
Anyways, no, we were echoing for a minute, but anyways, I think it's probably because your headset. So we've been gone for 2 weeks. Justice League and also the holidays kind of, at least on my end, delayed it. I don't know if it delayed you on your end. I know it kind of messed you up
Oh
with
yeah.
like the Star Trek
Oh
Discovery
yeah.
stuff and everything. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Justice League and Star Trek stuff. I
and
mean, Justice
Thanksgiving.
League and the holiday just pushed everything back.
Yeah, I know you're doing your Rebels thing now, so it's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
shit,
Even
things
that
got
got pushed
delayed.
back. Yeah. Even that got pushed back.
And I thought there was a gifted episode this week, and I guess Fox was like, we don't want them troubles with Crisis on Earth X, so that didn't happen
No,
this week.
it
So
did not want
thank
those troubles,
God.
man. Come on.
So thank God we got 2 episodes that we're doing this week, recapping and stuff, which is awesome. Two of
Yes.
them, and we're gonna do a little different. We ain't gonna go point by point, but we're gonna hit on some of like the high points of these 2 episodes because there was a lot of
Yep.
meaty stuff that happened in these episodes.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
So we
yeah.
got episode 7, Extreme Measures. And episode 8, Threat of Extinction. Extreme Measures basically Eclipse is basically doing his basically
Gangster
he's
shit.
doing his favor for his girl and well his ex Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 8 is kind of the revelation in terms of the Struckers and such. You know, so
Yes. Which was great.
yeah, so we'll get to that. But episode 7 in particular, this was the episode that we finally see why Blink was kind of away for a minute, and
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbird had to be the one that had to get her back. What we end up finding
Yes.
out is that when Blink was going nuts with the portals, she accidentally opened a portal to where she was caring for a mutant family, and the Sentinel services went through the portal and killed them. And that was kind of the emotional high point. Like, just it hit her hard, basically. And I mean, it
Yes.
sucks. You know, I don't think she expected that. Hell, I didn't even know that was something that happened. I was like, oh, so she saw. Okay, wow. And but it's weird to
Yeah.
me. It's like Sentinel Services. Okay, their foster family helped her out, but like, why would they kill them? Like, I can understand arresting them, but why would you kill them though?
I mean, I think it's this thing where she kind of put them at risk. She kind of showed because I think it's you remember how I think when Chase was at the end of 6 was like,
Yeah,
hey, I know this is like, I know, we need to find everyone, even sympathizers, find them,
yeah,
just do what you got to do. That's where we are in this one.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's nah. It was man. They went extreme. They went extreme in killing those kids and killing the family.
I see what you did there.
I
Extreme.
think it
Just say it.
yes, it was heavy. It was really heavy.
I mean, I didn't expect that to happen. I was like, oh, so they just wow, okay, they mean
Yeah,
business.
they went in a crush. Yeah.
They really mean business. Like I said, I didn't expect that to happen, but yeah, it was definitely interesting. So on the other side, we got Marcos. He's doing his favor to Carmen, which I thought his favor to Carmen was essentially what he did when they first made the deal, which was basically getting information out of the dude torturing. That's what I thought that their deal was. I didn't know that it was something else. So
Yeah, it wasn't it one of the we have to her deal with his deal with what's her name, Carmen?
yeah, that's why I thought
Wasn't
that
it? I'm gonna
her.
need you.
Yeah, she said
No, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna need you later. I think she said I'm gonna need you for later, but I was assuming it was just a torturing thing and that was it. At least that's
Yes,
why I
no, it
presumed.
was. I'm gonna need you to help me out with another cartel. Like,
Yeah, and she was trying to she was basically trying to get him to become the old Marcos, the Marcos of old that had the bloodlust and stuff, and
mhm.
didn't really work out too well in her favor on that angle, you
I
know.
mean, but if you go back to the beginning of 7,
Mhm.
they showed then they show Marcos kind of like in while he was in his prime, like
Oh yeah,
when the underground came to him, they were like, "Yo, we know what you do. We just need your help. We need you to join the underground more. Like, be more of the underground 100%."
yeah, we got selfish Marcos a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Polaris was kind of the thing that kind of made him like not be the person that he could have been if he stuck with Carmen.
Yes.
And they really kind of emphasized that and such. Um, so basically, what ends up happening is Marcos ends up like torturing the rival gangs, like drugs and stuff, like the cocaine and such.
Hmm.
Basically, and it's basically Lorna and Dreamer tracking them down and such. And the thing of this is weird to me. Okay, so it was supposed to be a dramatic moment, right? I
Hmm.
never really felt it was like a really big dramatic moment like it should have been.
Really?
I don't know. It just felt weird. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like I was expecting it to be a little bit more dramatic because at the end of the day, it kind of felt like Lorna was like confronting him like a mom instead of like the girlfriend
Angry
that's worried.
girlfriend.
Yeah, like the angry girlfriend that's worried about him. I think that's what threw me off.
You know what? You're right because with your narrative, it also felt like because for what we've seen from Lorna, she was a badass, and all of a sudden it just went like boom, like we just kind of forgot just how you feel me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like she just dropped that badass act, and it's like, oh well, now I'm just Lorna.
I'm just Lorna.
Yeah, like
She
now I'm
wasn't
just
what
the
we
right.
got. She wasn't the
In
badass one that we got in the last episode.
yes,
It was like,
in the last couple episodes, and I think maybe it's because love kind of changes things. She was
probably.
in love with him, so it's like, that's my boy. That's my dude. That's my boyfriend. So
Yeah,
I can't really be mad at him, kind of thing. So
yeah. I
I
mean,
think that's what changes everything.
yeah,
Maybe, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Um, Sentinel services. This is another big thing out of the episode. So apparently, the Department of Justice decides they want to investigate Sentinel services and what they did because apparently they don't like the fact that they're working with Campbell's group. Now the fact is,
Oh yes, the little
Jace
Sandra
never,
lady, right?
yeah, Jace never really pointed out, hey, he has something on me, so that's why I made a deal with him, so that's why. Now apparently
Hmm.
it's illegal for them to because I guess apparently Campbell's program, which I mean, it's pretty obvious it was illegal, but yeah, it's basically illegal. It's not supposed to exist.
Hmm.
So basically, it's illegal for Central Services to work with them. So now,
Yes.
yeah, so now it's a situation where it's like civil liberties are in jeopardy and stuff. They violated the
Hmm.
whole thing, and I'm like, so now all of a sudden we get this. All right, okay. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like I wish that they didn't like kind of like they addressed this earlier in the season instead of just now when everything just hits the fan.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally.
I
I don't know
mean,
about you.
okay. The way I feel about Sentinel Services and the fact that they're working with what's his name? I think they to a point
Yeah,
knows that they have to use him. But they want to be that agency that doesn't go in too deep. You don't want to sleep with the enemy as deep as you're doing it now. But
yeah,
at this point, we're kind of Campbell. What's his name? Jace is like I'm kind of in too deep. Like he said, he has issues.
yeah,
Uh, uh, we it's more than just they're deeper issues. You feel me? It's like
yeah,
I know I'm in too deep. I'm already too deep, and now I can't just walk to hurt human
yeah,
beings or to hurt
yeah. I mean that.
cross the line, and he
Mhm.
does not care.
Oh no,
And
he
it's
doesn't.
like, yeah,
I mean,
you can't yeah, you just got to. I'm gonna do what I need to do to end this.
yeah. I mean,
You need to do what you need to do. You just let me do
do
what I
do
do.
do your
Period.
job, basically.
Yeah, just make
You
sure
know,
I get all the clearances I need. That's
mhm.
it. I don't need you telling me what I can and cannot do. You feel me?
Yeah. But I like
Yeah.
how
So it's like,
I like how Campbell's like one of his hounds basically was like, you know what, fuck this, and gave her a stroke. just to get
Yo,
her off the table. I was like, damn, that's cold blooded as
dog.
shit.
No, like cut her off, finish her, cut her off, take her off the table, took her off the map,
That was
and
quick
that's
though. I
it.
was
She was
expecting
done.
at least 2 episodes before he did that, but I guess he was like, "Fuck it,
Oh
let's
no,
get to the point."
oh no. I
Cut
think
her.
I think what this show's trying to do is they're not trying to spoon feed us anything. If
Yeah.
they feel like if they're gonna go, they're just gonna go, you know. And I
Hmm.
like that. That's what they're doing. It's like we're just gonna go balls to the wall, go hard, like that's it. Everything else we can slow all the other storylines down, but
Yeah.
when it comes to Sentinel services, we're gonna keep them always heightened.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, right now they're kind of doing the Sentinel services. They're pulling the Patriot Act thing in order to do whatever they can
Pretty
to
much, pretty
yeah
much to
do whatever they
a
can
certain
to,
point.
yeah. I mean, they're literally like, okay, we're gonna look at the wiretaps and cell phone stuff. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like I said, I see why the
Because
department
that
just
was
did that. You know.
yes, that was the Patriot Act in circa 9/11.
Yeah, that's all it
Like
really
right
was.
after 9/11. Yeah, that's pretty much. And I love that they're doing that. They're like, look, this is the event was 9/11,
Hmm.
and the Patriot Act is and Sentinel Services is Homeland. Yeah,
Yeah.
Homeland after 9/11. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I was just like, "Yo, Campbell is out for blood." A
Yep.
little bit of tidbit information though. We find out because this is a little side story with the Reed family, which I really wasn't interested. It just felt like they were just doing that to pad out stuff, essentially. But it was kind of stuff that was leading into episode 8 and stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we find out Reed's dad worked for Trash Industries,
Yes. Yeah.
and that was
Not just
awesome.
that is. Yeah, they found that at the end of episode 7.
Yeah,
He also found out that what's her name? Lauren's Lauren's boyfriend, or the guy with the Mirage or whatever, the guy that
yeah,
creates the Mirage
hmm,
is a wanted mutant
yeah,
because he was part of a gang.
yeah,
And so I will go on record because I went on record the last time and I said Reed is he knows something or is hiding something.
yeah.
I was wrong. He wasn't hiding anything. He just knew about the dude and he was trying to help his daughter out and
Yeah.
not have her. Yes, so I
Mhm.
was wrong about that. I'll take my L
That's
on
close. I
that one.
mean, we can go close. Almost there, almost
Yeah, close-ish.
ish. Yeah, right around there.
Yeah. No, but
But
read it. Ooh, when we get into episode 7,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, episode 8. I have two things I want to do when we get into episode 8, but I'll wait.
yeah,
I'll wait for you to lead us
yeah,
into that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and so like like I said again, I like the show. They're throwing in these like references because like again, when they said that his dad worked for Trash Industries, I was kind of like, well, of course, because that's the only company I could think of that would actually be in league with Campbell because Campbell wouldn't be something new.
Yes.
It's like Trask would do some, what actually would foot the bill for something like this. It just makes perfect sense. I mean.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, and I was fine with it and stuff. Two things though. Did you notice Carmen's mob enforcer that had the gills?
No, I didn't. I missed that.
Okay,
I have to go back and look
so
at it.
so apparently he has the power to stop time. Uh, Now I read the book. I don't know if you read it. It was X-Men Deadly Genesis.
No, no.
Okay, so X-Men Deadly Genesis was basically um during the original X-Men when they got stuck on that island and Professor X had to bring in Storm and
Mhm,
Thunderbird
mhm.
and like Wolverine in them. So he
Okay.
sent another team that had Darwin, Scott Summers' brother, and two other people. I forgot. One of them being Sway. Sway had the power to basically
Mhm.
stop time, like within that immediate area and stuff. He was one of the original, well, X-Men members that died and stuff. That's who that mutant is.
Oh,
His powers is kind of like that and stuff, but it's not really Sway, but he has the same type of powers. It's kind of weird how that works and stuff. And then
okay.
did you notice that chick with the electricity shooting in her arms?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Every other mutant I noticed except that dude with the gills is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the one with the electric arms, I immediately was like, that's Surge from like New Mutants, like, or
Yes,
could be.
yes.
I don't know. Could be. I don't know. But like I
It
said,
could be. I
yeah.
don't know. This is the horror one, right?
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, what do you say?
That's the one Fox is making. The horror movie? Or are
Uh,
you no, you're not talking about movies. You're talking about the comic books.
Yeah, I'm talking about the comic books. Yeah. She was like part of
Oh
like
yeah,
the new
yeah, yeah,
X-Men.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah. See, and that's the thing. I think the New Mutants one in the movies, the New Mutants in the movies and stuff, is basically like the comics and stuff. But the New Mutants one was basically right around like House of M and stuff when they had like the younger mutants and stuff, and she was
yeah.
part of like that whole younger crowd and stuff that had like powers. It was her, Dust, Prodigy, and a lot of other mutants and stuff. So, and I think Laura, X-23 was part of that group too. So, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I know that much. I know that much.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like I said, this episode, like I said, episode 7 was basically kind of one of those. I'm not gonna say spinning the wheels episodes, but they did kind of put things in place. Like I said, we get Blink back even after that whole tragedy and stuff, which was cool. And it felt like they kind of like book ended that little plot point with her and Thunderbird and how the whole memory thing and stuff. It felt like they kind of book ended it because he was like really trying to get her to come back to the underground and stuff, and she did. So it
I
was
don't think
like,
it's over though. I don't think it's over. I think it's gonna come back later.
you think
But
so?
I think they're gonna end up like going through it again. You know, talking about it. I think it's not done.
All right.
I
Hey,
don't think
hey,
it's done.
look, you might be right. Hey, I mean, if
I've been wrong on the show, so it's
hey,
yeah,
you might be leaning towards right. I just felt like at least on that angle with her bringing her with Thunderbird bringing her back to the underground, it kind of resolved at least
yeah.
that little angle and stuff. So maybe she might still have unresolved like
Yes,
issues
I think she's
what's
still
her
gonna
face
have issues with
Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Yeah,
She's gonna have issues with Dreamer, but she's maybe I think what episode 8 kind of dealt with that. So when we get into
yeah,
episode 8, I'll talk about what I
yeah,
saw.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's transition
But
to
I
episode
think
eight.
I also think
Oh,
yes, let's transition. No, so
oh yeah, no,
before we get
finish,
to episode 8,
yeah, finish it.
huh?
Oh, yes, yeah. Finish what
Are
you're
we
about to say.
transitioning?
No, you can finish what you're about to say.
I'm
'Cause I know
saying
you're
before
about.
we get into oh no, that's it. But I was gonna say before we get into episode 8,
Mhm,
I want to shout out Black Cherry 381 on Twitter.
mhm,
It's Misty of Themyscira. She pointed out something that we're gonna discuss in episode 8.
mhm.
And she's also getting Justice League posters from me. So Black Cherry 381, Misty of Themyscira. She listens to the show, so I believe what's up? Like,
Cool.
and
Yeah, I
she
know.
subscribes her too. So yeah.
Yeah, that is dope. Like I said, I am glad. It's weird because when episode 8 hit, I didn't really see a lot of waves on this little plot point and stuff. So episode 8, this is where things actually paid off finally and stuff. Because
You
ever
gotta
since
talk. Yeah, you talk. Before you talking about episode 8, you gotta talk about that opening.
oh, whoo, okay.
Yes, yes, you gotta talk about that
Okay,
opening.
you want to explain this to the people? I'll let you do this. I'll let you.
Oh, okay, great,
Okay,
great, great,
all
great.
right, all right, all
All
right.
right, so episode 8 opens with two Germans because they don't tell us their names.
Yeah,
There, but there's a paper. I think one of them is reading a paper, and on the paper they're talking about the something twins.
yeah,
You know, strike again, and they're chilling in their home, and you hear sirens, and one of them goes. The guy goes to the lady. They found us again, and
yeah,
it's like this. And then the guy goes, "This is the." The lady says to the guy, "They found us again," and the guy goes, "This is the best part." They grab hands,
yeah.
and we don't see what happens, but literally, it just feels like all hell breaks loose. And that is how the show opens, y'all. That is how the show opens. I think one of the
Oh,
better openings to the Gifted, I think. That's one of the best openings to the Gifted.
yeah. I mean, it's like I said, this show has been feeding us nuggets of information about what is like exactly happening in terms of like different backstories and stuff. Like I said, when we go back a couple of episodes, when we finally see what started this, the Sentinel services and all that happening and how that relates to Jace and
Hmm.
such. Like I said, things with Marcos and stuff, his backstory. So they're giving us little nuggets, and I like that. It's not just we're not being told,
They're
we're
kind of
actually
giving
being
us,
shown.
yes. And you're kind of getting every major character's backstory because, like you said, you got Marcus's backstory, I think, 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
You got Marcus and Lorna's backstory, like 3 episodes ago.
yeah.
You got
Jace.
you've gotten 2 episodes where in the openings you've gotten Thunderbird's kind of like his story with one was with his friend, the Pulse,
Yeah,
right? Pulse?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pulse, yeah,
And you
Pulse.
got one where he was Impulse or Pulse. Yeah. You got one where he was trying to, solicit funds for
veteran
For
mutants.
people for the victims of whatever
Yeah,
what July.
the mutant situation.
Yes, what, July 15th.
Yeah,
So you've
July
gotten
15th. Yeah.
so you've gotten like all these backstories, and this one, by the time we get into the episode, you should already figure out whose backstory we're talking about. So this is a
Yeah.
really, really great one.
So ever since episode one, yeah, a lot of us were theorizing Strucker. That's weird. And basically, we find out that Reed's grandparents were Andreas and Andrea von Strucker.
Yes, I still can't believe somebody actually picked up on it. Like Misty picked up on it, the Von Strucker twins, and it was like, wow, it's crazy.
Now it's crazy to me because the
But then
fact
they
that
change.
oh,
Then
go
they
ahead.
change their hold on. Then they change their storyline. They're not necessarily twins in this. They're husband and wife.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah. So
grandparent. Yeah, yeah,
they've
yeah.
changed the
They're husband and
origin.
wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
husband and wife. In the comics, the Von Strucker twins are brother and sister and stuff. Basically,
Yes. Yes.
They have their powers and stuff. Andreas have their powers, but their powers work in unison.
Yes.
Andrea died, so what ended up happening was, I believe, either Modoc, I think it's Modoc. He cloned her and used her skin to wrap around Andreas' sword in order for him to use his powers. So that's how he's able to use his powers as
Yes.
swordsman and stuff. And that's the only way that his powers works in coordination with his sister and stuff. So that was a
Hmm.
thing that happened and such. And they use him for the most part. The last time I saw swordsman was when he was with the Thunderbolts when Norman Osborn was running it and stuff. But in this show, I thought it was cool how they used them because, like you said, they're basically Reed's grandparents. So they're husband and wife.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly.
And
There's so
oh, go ahead.
man. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
No, I
So
was saying there's so many like. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no,
Go
no, no,
ahead. Go
no.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's put it this way. I'm excited for this episode because they really just throw in a
Oh,
lot of
there was
stuff.
just so much. Exactly. So many things in this episode. The episode does center around Reed and his family,
Mm-hmm.
and Reed gets to find stuff
Mm-hmm.
stuff out about it. You remember when Reed was like, I pretty much have to go see my dad to ask him, some questions. I think that was
Yeah.
the beginning of the episode. He's like, I have to go see my dad to ask him some questions. And Reed's wife was like, oh my God. And, Reed's kids are like, how come we don't know about your dad? Or how come we never? And Reed's wife is like, his dad was like evil, like mean to him. And it's
Yeah.
like, dang, how mean was he? So much so that he had to like cancel that. He had to cancel the dad from his kids. And you find out that there was one time Reed was so sick that he couldn't even function, and his dad never like came to him and said, "Hey, son, I know
I
you're
did
sick."
this.
Exactly, and he
He would
did it
know,
for a
and I
reason.
think,
And so,
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, and so we find out the reason. And again, just looking at that bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
if you can posit the fact that looking at the bloodline, Reed should have been immune.
Yeah, he should have, and
His
his dad prevented it. And like I said, it's one of those things where you would figure they would pick up on the fact that it would carry over to him,
Yeah,
but they really didn't do that. And the thing that
yeah,
was
because
crazy,
if
yeah,
he never knew though, because of how clean his dad made it seem, he never knew.
yeah, and I mean, and the fact that he was really sick and stuff, it's just the fact that him and his dad never had the best relationship too. So the fact that his dad never
Yeah,
confronted it and stuff and told him, "Hey, you were a mutant, but I cured you and stuff. This could go to your
yeah,
kids, but whatever and such." Um, but I think the thing of it is that his dad was basically saying, "Hey, look, the powers is what made your grandparents go ape shit and kill a lot of people. And the thing of it
yes.
is that can happen to your kids, but the thing of it is, I think the opposite is going to end up happening because
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
beginning of the season and stuff, you saw it all makes sense, particularly when it comes to Andy, his anger problems. And I think if he did, and I
Yes.
think if he didn't have that relationship, if they didn't start progressing his relationship with his sister and his family, it probably would have been a redux again of Andreas and Andrea again.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it seems like now they're going to actually be the opposite of their grandparents and actually their great grandparents and actually be powerful, but
Hmm.
also kind of since they have that good relationship, they're not going to be evil. Well,
Right.
at least for
Right.
right now. At least for right now.
Yeah. For right now. For right now, what it looks
Yeah.
like is right now they're going to be. you know, cool.
Yeah,
I
cool.
kind of want him to be evil. I'm sorry. I kind of want him to be evil though. Like
I
no
mean, and
regrets.
I still think Andy is like about ready to the heel turn on everybody. I'm waiting for it. I really am. I'm just trying to sit there and see
Man.
where it goes and stuff. Oh, I didn't mention this last episode. So Sentinel Services actually planted some undercover agents inside the Resistance.
Yes. I mean, we found one this episode. It
Yeah,
was pretty
and
cool to see. It was pretty cool to see how
well,
they
I thought
do it
they
too.
found two actually, because you remember they found the telepath. Remember?
No, no, no. The telepath isn't planted though.
Okay, see, no, you know what? I'm getting it mixed up. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so they found one of the hounds. And this is where it gets interesting because the resistance has always been very murky in terms of how they get information or how they,
Hmm.
go about torturing things. Because you remember when Reed was essentially when they found out that he was about to betray him, but he didn't, and how the underground resistance was like, "Hey, we should kill him." And I'm like, Jesus, okay, we're gonna kill the dude,
Yes, yes,
and it's
yes,
like,
yes.
so now they're like, okay, do we kill this person? What do we do? And I mean, and the thing of it is, what was funny is when you get Polaris putting knives to the fucking put
Right.
knives, put knives to the throat and stuff, and Eclipse has to be the one to be like, hey, we don't torture. What are you doing? Which is ironic because I'm like,
Exactly.
hey, Eclipse, didn't like 3 episodes ago you
You
about ready to torture some
yeah,
dude?
you about ready to burn somebody's head off. Like, what are you talking about?
But I did like how she
I
brought up
mean,
like, hey, you were working for the cartel just a couple of weeks ago, so what are we talking about here?
right. Look, it was also it's also kind of cool to see the kids, the Strucker's mom, like not be a useless character on the show because she could easily be a useless character, but so far she's been like
They've been riding that line, but they've been riding that line between, like I said, I think early in the
useless.
beginning of the beginning of the series and stuff, I was worried that she was just gonna be the mom that's like the 1%er, like mutants and stuff. And like I said, they got better
Yeah,
with
yeah,
her over time and stuff. And like I said, they really could have like just made her useless. But like I said, the fact that she's kind of like the de facto medical personnel, so they gave her at least
yeah.
they gave her a purpose
She,
to the
she has
extent on
something
top
to
of her
do. Yeah,
family. So
yeah.
it,
So
it,
she
it
has something to
works.
do because she could easily be like a really, really good throwaway character
Oh yeah. And I
out
mean,
there. And yeah, she has a lot to do. So I like it. I like it. I
yeah.
like her character and I like the fact that she's not useless. Um, it was kind of cool seeing, like having Reed and his father kind of like get together and talk.
Yeah.
It was like, look, you remember that time you were sick as a kid?
Hmm.
Um, yes. So you weren't really sick. That was my fault. And that was because it's like, what? We are? Like, yeah, we're a whole family of mutants, my dude. Like, your grandparents were mutants, and they were the terrible twins or whatever, and they caused havoc everywhere. And now I was a mutant, but I started working for Trask. But I tested the medication on myself, but I guess because I had advanced,
Hmm.
I was, so I decided to give it to you.
Yeah.
So, and you were a kid at the time, so you hadn't hit. I think the mutant gene activates when you're a teenager, right? That's how
Yeah.
it's
Usually
always
when
been.
when you hit teenage years, that's when it like kind of kicks in.
First, you were still a kid, so I gave it to you then before. So, to try to make sure and it's like, so you weren't really sick. You were just shedding your X gene. And
Yeah.
somehow you didn't shed all of it. You passed some of it to your kids.
Yeah. I
Held
mean,
hands.
yeah. I
When he
mean,
said that, I was like, yeah, I can't wait. Like it made the end of that episode even like more it made it even harder because it's like, hold on. If you watch the end of the episode, when everybody kind of comes back and it's like, oh, we're a family again, and it's like you see the kids kind of like inching hands towards each other. I'm like, no. Do you think episode 9 Reed is gonna jump in between and be like, no,
yeah.
definitely kill Reed?
I was expect. Do I think they're gonna kill Reed?
He's been really good for the show so far, man.
Maybe. There's a
And that's my
possibility.
man, Bill Compton. He's a big actor. You
There's a
can't have him
possibility.
for 9 episodes.
There's a possibility he might take that L. We don't know. We just got to see how it works and such.
Or maybe the mom,
I would say
because
put
the
it this way.
mom again.
I think it's gonna be the dad more than the mom. Because you do the mom, it's too tropey. It's like, oh, single dad. But I think if you kill the dad,
Mm.
Because personally, I think their relationship with their mom is a little bit stronger than their dad.
Yes,
So it's like to me, if you kill the dad, it'll be devastating for the family, but not as devastating if the mom dies. So it'll be like,
okay,
oh
that
man,
makes
dad
sense.
died, and stuff. But like, because we're reaching towards the end of the season, so somebody's gonna die
Okay.
of some sort. Because we already know war is about to happen. Signal
Hmm.
services and the hounds, they're really going ham now. So it's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. We need to see how this works, and like I said, it's fairly interesting how all this is. But like I said, the Strucker revelation and just everything that happened, it's just like, wow, this is interesting and stuff. And the funny thing is, you could
Hmm.
theorize too about where this puts the timeline for the Strucker family, because it makes me believe. So is this right around the time of X-Men First Class? Because you remember Xavier around that time was theorizing about the idea of mutants.
Yes, yes. So yeah, I can leave you on that, on the fact that when they were twins, or that timeline, because
Because it's the 50s when they popped up. So there's a
yes,
possibility.
because in this timeline, Trax Industries done, that must have meant that is Days of Future Past timeline. You
Yeah,
know,
there's yeah when
so
it's changed up, so it's like mutants exist, but Trask doesn't have like Mystique's thing that really kind of sets into motion stuff,
yes. So I mean,
essentially.
it's been a thing where they're following, kind of like all the good storylines. So I'm mad at them for that.
Oh no, I'm not. I am 100% not mad about that either and stuff.
Hmm.
Did you like that scene with Thunderbird, Blink, and Eclipse trying to capture the Hound? Very X-Men esque,
Oh yeah, that felt
teaming up.
that felt like a team up, like takedown.
I need more of that. Like I said,
Um, yeah, we need more action. Again, this show has been very all its storylines. I think this is a thing where it's like we both read comics, so this is like a archetype based show where it's okay, we're gonna set up the whole arcs.
yeah, we were
And
setting
set
up
up
little
so that
mini
when we get
things.
into the yeah, so that when we get up into the action, you're not confused when we get into the fact that everyone is kind of wrecking at
Yeah,
this point, or this is why they're wrecking. You have to, you kind of have to go through the first arc of like the setups, and that's the way this is. Like, think of what's the Marvel event that just ended? The
Secret Empire.
Yeah, before we got into Secret Empire, all the setup that Captain America had done,
Sam
Pleasant
Wilson's book
Hill,
too.
Sam, yeah, all those. I feel like this is where we are in the show. We're getting all our meat out, so that by the time we get into the action and you get into those short, because again, it's gonna be really, really quick when we get into the action, because like you said, Sentinel Services is not.
They ain't playing around.
They're not playing anymore. I mean,
And once Campbell
if you
gave that, like I
go,
said, that Campbell gave that chick the freaking stroke, I was like, okay, so they came to
yo, that
play,
yeah,
and
they're not playing anymore. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about the fact that again, before Campbell did what he did to that chick, we're looking at crap. After he did, when he what's his name's house, the Strucker house.
yeah, Otto's
Um,
place, yeah, Otto's place, yeah.
yeah, he wasn't playing. He came in there and they came in guns blazing, but Otto was like, and they shot him.
Are you surprised?
To
I'm not surprised. It's like he's
ooh,
giving away all the he's giving Otto giving away all the secrets. So yeah, you gotta get him out of pocket.
what did surprise me though was Blink, Pulse's power didn't work.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know whether he was holding back or whether he's resisting. I don't know.
So if let's just say if Pulse was around the Strucker kids and they held hands,
Hmm.
able to like that they would have been able to overcome him
I mean, they're
because
powerful together, so there's a possibility that would override
separately,
it.
yeah, you remember and I think when they were rescuing the dad separately, it didn't work. But I feel like
Yeah.
together, they can. But I mean, he's dead anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, next we're gonna get another. I hope they keep giving us. I was kind of sad they kill Pulse, but I hope they keep giving us more like like more what's it resistant mutants that they've turned. I hope we keep getting those. So it
That would be
feels
awesome.
more personal when you have to fight. It feels more personal when you have to fight. Like every time Thunderbird kind of like had to realize that, yo, my friend, Like you remember when he was trying to use his powers to listen
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
couldn't, and he was like, oh, "Crap, I know what's happening."
yeah.
Like it would be more personal for them. Like
Hmm.
maybe the next one could be one of Marcus's like friends from like the cartel, and he's like, "Crap, never liked in the
Yeah,
cartel." If you had beef with someone, that'd be so cool. Like you now amplify the beef with whatever mind control they're using, and it's just gonna be awesome. It becomes
yeah.
more personal. But humor, it kind of squashed their beef for like a minute.
Who? Whoa, we'll say that again because you gotta cut out a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Blink and Dreamer kind of squashed their beef for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I was expecting it. Well, let me rephrase that. And part of my head was thinking they might linger it out to the end of the season, but I'm kind of glad they squashed it. I mean, that was kind of something that Dreamer had to kind of like, hey, look, I fucked up. Can you forgive me?
Hmm.
And I mean, you kind of expected that because otherwise, I was expecting her to double down, like I did what I did, deal with it.
I mean, I think it was more when she saw her use her powers to help the spy.
Yeah,
I think it was more of that when she saw it. Like your powers, yes, they're terrible, but they can also be. You can also use them to help.
yeah. So it's
You
like
don't.
you meant well, but
Yes, yes, but still, I still have these dreams, but you meant well. This is what I'm saying. Like the dreams is probably still gonna happen,
yeah. I mean,
and
but
either
she got to make claim, or she might get a
yeah.
you on
Are you
hooking up with Thunderbird possibly.
are you gonna claim the dude? Are you gonna be a thing, or it's gonna be one of those things.
That is going to be interesting and stuff. Gotta admit though, episode 9, man, shit's about to hit the fan.
Yo, I can't wait. I
You see that
cannot
promo
wait,
though?
bruh. Did I?
Now I'm curious.
It's
There's a part where Polaris is dreaming of something bad happening.
you think,
Who's gonna die? 'Cause I just know the Strucker twins. I
man.
know both the kids. They held hands at the end of that promo. I'm like, okay, shit's about to hit the fan. What's gonna
Yeah,
happen?
shit's about to hit the fan. But do we have to guess on who's gonna die? It might be like maybe it might be a throwaway mutant like Shatter.
Oh no, man. Polaris was feeling some sort of way, like, oh my god, bad things are gonna happen. I'm like, okay.
She might lose her baby and then lose her mind.
Think it's gonna be she gonna have a miscarriage?
I still no. Okay, even if it doesn't happen this episode coming up, I still feel like that is something that's gonna happen to her. She's gonna
Yeah.
lose her baby. Like I know she's going to heel turn. I feel like she's going to heel turn, and
Oh,
because they've
Polaris.
been
Oh,
they've been kind of
Polaris.
teasing it.
Oh, Polaris.
You don't think so?
I think I think she's gonna get militant like Magneto, her dad. I think
Yes.
she's gonna get militant. She ain't gonna quite heel turn on the group, but
She'll turn on the way. Okay.
her priorities is going to be kind of like her dad's, where it's like, look, I am just trying to protect mutants by any means necessary, and if I gotta
Hmm.
kill some people, I will kill some people. So
I can see her going full like. You know what? Then again, Magneto isn't bad. He's just the guy who wants to like. It's like
he's Malcolm X
Zod
essentially,
isn't.
by
Yeah,
any means
Zod isn't
necessary.
bad. They just exactly by any means necessary.
Zod's bad. All right, Zod will kill people and do what the hell he has to do.
Are we talking about I will find him or kneel before Zod?
Both. I mean, I guess you could say he was a dictator and stuff. I mean, I guess,
Yes, kneel
that
before Zod was a dictator. I will find him, which is Michael Shannon. He wasn't necessarily bad. He was just doing what to do.
I will find him. I'm like, okay, dude, chill. Like, all right.
I'm a Zod apologist, dude. Like you
Hey, look,
can't.
I like Michael Shannon. It was hilarious to me and stuff, but I was just rolling on the fact that like all of a sudden just the way he said it, I will find him and da 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 da.
Yeah,
And I'm
he
like,
was he was
okay,
mad. He was no, but no,
dude.
no. Let's go back to Polaris. I think she's going to maybe not heel turn. Yeah, I think that was a strong, a
She's gonna
very
get more
strong.
militant than
Yes,
anything. She's gonna
yes,
get
she's gonna get more
ridiculously
militant,
militant.
and I think she's gonna cause a split because when she does get as militant as she needs to get some mutants to go with her.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a version, a street level version of the Brotherhood, and we're gonna get a street level version of the X-Men.
I'm curious to see who's gonna be the part of the Brotherhood and part of the X-Men.
I can tell you right now, maybe the dude that kind of vanishes
Uh-huh.
or turns invisible. I think he's gonna be part of her brotherhood. If you know, because you remember he was like one of the ones that was like, let's kill him.
That is a possibility of happening. I can see that.
Yes. Or Shatter, because he was like, you know, he's kind of like in the middle to me, because he kind of like had you know, when he was talking to he kind of was like, you know what, you know, this is, but then you know, when he was talking to Andy's father, he was like, let's kill him. He was also on board with the let's kill him vibe. So
Oh yeah, he's team
yeah,
brotherhood. Yeah, he's team brotherhood.
this would be good. I know for a fact, uh, Thunderbird is Team X Men.
Oh yeah, I
I
mean
mean, X Men.
Thunderbird has been
He is an X
basically
Men, right?
chilling cool from jump. Like that's not
Yeah,
even a thing. Like he's always been chilling cool. Like I said, I think that's going to be where the team is just the underground is really going to be split apart. And it's like I said, we're going
yeah,
to get TV X Men and TV Brotherhood and stuff. It's like okay, we can't give you
pretty
the X
much.
Men, so we're going to give you the TV versions
Give you
of
the
it and
next
stuff.
best thing. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's going to
I
be
mean,
interesting how they really expand out the lineup and stuff and really start opening it up. That is going to be
because
awesome.
you have to. I mean, because you really have to. Like, if season one is to set up, season two and maybe moving forward, you know, before Fox says fuck this show, moving forward.
Season three,
Hey,
and that's
you
when
know
that
how
season
Fox.
three.
You know how they
Season
do. You know how they
Yeah,
do.
season three is where I want to see them basically saying "fuck this show." It ain't gonna show in the writing or
Because I
anything, but
mean,
it's gonna be something, you know.
look at Gotham. Gotham. Fox
Gotham went
for
off
some
real
reason is
so
still
bad. It's
behind
not.
it.
They're still behind it
They
because they're like, we need a Batman show. All right, we'll just let them do whatever they
need
want,
a
and that's
Batman
it.
show. You know that show is like doing numbers. Lucifer and Gotham are doing
But Lucifer is good
numbers.
though. I can't catch up with it. It's actually good.
I actually love Lucifer, but I love Gotham for what it is. It's like if you could do an Elseworld Batman story, that is Gotham. It's so out of this world, not Batman, that I think people just love it because it's not Batman. But
Yeah.
anyways, before Fox says fuck this show, that is gonna be the that is gonna be pretty much that's gonna be it. That's that, you know, we're gonna get TV X Men, TV Brotherhood. You know, the leader of the X Men would be definitely be Marcos.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Marcos, and if he has to fight his
The only
girlfriend,
reason
it's
he's
like,
gonna be,
damn.
yeah, yes, that's the only reason he's gonna be the leader. Because to be honest, who is the real leader of the underground? It's Thunderbird, right?
Yeah, it's a toss up. It's like Thunderbird, and it feels like it's Thunderbird, Polaris, and Eclipse. They're like kind of like the
Yeah.
trifecta.
So the main, yeah,
So
so no 3 weeks.
yeah, I mean, so it's definitely one of those situations where it's like they're really gonna lean into that. So we'll see how it rolls and stuff. I'm like I said, especially when you got the Strucker kids, it's like who's gonna get those two because that's the power right there.
Yeah, that's the power right there. And I think, like, you remember how you said, you know, what's Andy still gonna go heal on us?
Yeah, I still maintain
I
that.
think he goes with Lorna. I, if that
So you think they're gonna split
does
them up?
happen. What do you think?
Hold up, say that again because you cut out.
Oh man, I think he goes with Lorna if that does happen. If they do split up, he goes with Lorna because he's one of the ones that I feel like he feels like we need to fight. We got to stop. Like we need to fight.
There's a possibility, yeah. I mean, I think his sister is going to kind of be like, if one wishy washy about it, kind of like, I want to do it, but we got to protect people too. So that might be the one that kind of splits
Yeah,
them apart too, as well. The mom, I don't
yeah,
know. She might just stick around with the underground just to help them out, possibly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
but yeah, that's it for the gifted recap and
We
stuff.
went 2 episodes. Word. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I mean, if you really think about it and stuff, there was a lot of high points and stuff. I think episode 7 was the one where it was like
We
the
just,
filler
you
with
know,
the
that was the
family was
easiest
there,
one to go
even though it
by.
was setting up. But that was the one that was just kind of like, okay, Marcus with the cartel, they got that over with. But the revelations and such in terms of what he was doing and all that stuff, that was kind of
Mhm.
the high point and stuff. So that was the one that stood out to me. But 8 was the one that I really wanted to get into because I was like, yo, this is awesome. We're
There's
finally
so
getting it.
many
So
things happening. There. So many things happen. So many good things. But no,
yeah,
I'm here for, you know, I'm here for whatever comes next from these shows. So
yeah, episode 9 drops next week. So yeah. So
at least we get back into it. So
yes, we do. We're
happy
back on
Thanksgiving.
schedule.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I did. I
Miss
definitely
Gift
did.
Themyscira, you're getting your posters, I believe, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, thank you for pointing out the whole thing with the Strucker twins. That was really, really awesome. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely appreciate everybody that's been listening too. So that's all I got too. So with that in mind, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.